Hey guys, it's that Dividend guy coming at you with another stock market news update. Today I have a heavy heart. Um, it's not good news. New York Times reported that Disney lays off 28,000 workers, mostly at its two U.S. theme parks. Guys, this is a very tough time for businesses. I know the restaurant business has been slammed. If you don't have scale in the restaurant business, you're pretty much done for. Movie theaters have been slammed. Travel and leisure, like casinos, resorts, have been slammed. Disney has also been very affected in this pandemic. Think about it, guys. Casinos, people are in very close knit quarters. Same with like cruise ships, which also affects Disney. That'll be in here as well. But then think about Disney, like theme parks, amusement parks. People are very close quarters, and it's hard to social distance properly when you have that a mass of people that come to the parks every day. And the sad part about this is they're seen as a happy company, right? They're seen as like a place where children go to have fun, where parents can, kind of relive their childhoods, and they don't they can't sacrifice profitability, um, and they couldn't foresee this coming. So one of their biggest revenue generators in the entire company is the theme parks, because their big ones are it's the theme parks, it's the movies, like theoretical releases, it's the product, TV news stations, and then the direct to consumer, which is Disney Plus. So there's like four or five different segments within their business that Disney operates through, um, just on a broad spectrum. And guys, the theme parks specifically at the beginning of 2020, from the research that I found, was about a third of their revenue. So they're very dependent on the theme parks for profitability, because they're the big, they're like the big send off. They're the most iconic thing Disney has. I mean, they're the place of literally where happiness was built. So it sucks, because when you have that type of reputation, news like this really hurts, because you want, like, they want people to come to the parks. They want to be able to have people stay. They don't want to cut people. They want it to be a happy, loving, blissful atmosphere. And it can't, it's tough to do that when you're in a pandemic for 4 or 5 months. It's really hard to keep profitability when a third of your business gets cut out. Guys, think of it this way: if this week when you get paid, if somebody took a third of your paycheck, wouldn't you be like, we're gonna have to, wouldn't you say we're gonna have to cut some of the non-essentials out? I mean, that's just how it goes. So let's take a look. The company said it would eliminate thousands of jobs at its resorts in Florida and California, which have been hit hard by the pandemic due to, as I said before, the social distancing is very hard to do when you have like thousands upon thousands of people that visit these parks. They have 12. Um, I believe the count is 12. Um, it's hard to social distance when you have all these people coming in. Let's take a look. Walt Disney World in Florida reopened in July, but attendance has been weaker than the company anticipated. Well, of course, because people don't want to be in close quarters. People are avoiding each other. They're avoiding big masses and big crowds. They're not going to go to Disney World. It's not seen as a safe place, regardless of how much they try to social distance. You're still going to have to be in those queue lines. And think about that as well, guys. Even when they're open, think about this: if there's a 6 foot parameter that they have to like follow at all times, that really shortens the queue lines. Like, that limits how many people you can have in there. That limits the amount of people you can have in the park. And of course, it eliminates the amount of people that even want to come to the park, because people are social distancing, so they're not going to want to be in an enclosed space around thousands of people. So of course, they're not going to get as much foot traffic. For 6 months, Disney has kept tens of thousands of theme park workers on furlough with full healthcare benefits, in hopes that the light at the end of the pandemic tunnel would appear. On Tuesday, Disney conceded that none was coming. The company's theme park division said it would eliminate 28,000 jobs in the United States. Theme parks will account for most of the layoff, although Disney Cruise Lines and Disney retail stores will also be affected. So, guys, not only, so the big cut is coming for the theme parks, which makes sense because it's very hard to social distance, but people aren't traveling. I've seen that the cruise lines aren't going to be doing anything until mid 2021. So you got to think that affects Disney as well. Their cruise lines make a lot of money for them as well. So not only is it the theme parks, they also get hit in multiple areas from this pandemic. So it's the theme parks, first of all, because that's 33% of their revenue. Then their retail chains that they sell Disney merchandise at get slammed too. And now their ships aren't operable because nobody's traveling. There's an overproduction of oil, and it got slammed, and people aren't traveling. Even if, even if some states are opening back up and people are kind of getting back to normal, like that doesn't mean that the parks or even the cruise ships are going to be open or inoperable, or in operating condition, or people are even going to want to do that. Like think about this: they had a third of their business cut, and now they have another segment in the retail chains that get slammed because they're not selling anything; they're just social distancing, and then cruise ships aren't even permitted to sail until 2021. That's a huge revenue generator too. That's more than a third of their business that's now debunked. They can't use it, which is crazy. As heartbreaking as it is to take this action, this is the only foreseeable or feasible option we have in light of the prolonged impact of COVID-19 on our business, including limited capacity due to physical distancing requirements and the continued uncertainty regarding the deterioration of the pandemic. He said that the chairman of Disney Parks and Experiences and Products, said in an email to cast members Disney's term for all its theme park workers. About 67% of the layoffs will involve part-time jobs that pay by the hour. However, executives and salaried workers will also be among those laid off. Disney theme parks in California and Florida employed roughly 110,000 people before the pandemic. The job cuts will come from both resorts. So, guys, of course, my heart goes out to the Walt Disney Company, of course. It must be very hard. They are a place of happiness, of acceptance, of love, just of youthfulness. Like people, when you go to Disney, you go because you want to feel happy, right? The last thing that they want to do is hurt the people that make Disney a reality, right? The people that they depend on, the ride operators, the part-time people, you know what I mean? Like the people that keep the blood flow in Disney going. They don't want to cut people, but they just don't have an option. I mean, like I said, when a third of your business is gone, you really do have to think about the essentials. If I cut a third of your income out, you're gonna cut out stuff like Netflix. Maybe you're gonna buy cheaper snacks or food, or you know what I mean. Your mindset has to change, and on top of that, they lost their retail segments. They lost their cruise lines as well. So my heart goes out to first of all the people that got laid off by Disney. My heart goes out to you. I'm very sorry. That is horrible that the pandemic is still, causing damage like it is. I'm really hoping that we get a vaccine soon. But of course, then again, to Disney, the company as well, like I said, they want to instill happiness. The last thing that they want to do is punish the people that make their parks operable. Like, you got to think about it. It's a dream for so many people to not only go to Disney, but to work for Disney. You know what I mean? That's got to be such an empowering feeling to love what you do, to like be, like Disney's like ingrained in our DNA almost from the time we're born. Our parents, we were brought up with the parks. My generation was anyway. So my heart goes out to anybody who was laid off, to the Walt Disney Company for being put under this strain to the point that they felt like they had to do this. I really do hope that this turns around. The people that got laid off will get a call back here in the next couple of months before the end of the year to come back. I really hope that they hire everybody back that got fired. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, my heart goes out to anybody employed by Disney that got cut. These are just uncertain times, and even the Mouse House has to stay afloat. They have to do what's best for their business. They have to remain profitable, and they have to be able to, push through this pandemic. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know. Sorry, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys. Sorry, I'm bummed out that news just kind of took my wind out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next dividend update video. If they announce how many people, or when they hire people back, I will cover that as well. I don't like doing somber news, but I knew that this was going to be covered. So heart goes out to anybody who got cut by Disney, and heart goes out to the Walt Disney Company for being put in the situation where you had to do that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to hit the subscribe button, and when you do, hit the bell notification so you don't miss any updates. I'll see you guys in the next stock market news update. Take care.